Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we are going into the final battle. If you're wondering how we got to this point, check out the previous episode where we took on the Elite Four. It is now time to take on Champion Gary. As soon as you walk through that door, this is all automated, so make sure you heal up your Pokemon before walking through that door. So, yeah, this is why I like the rival in Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, Leaf Green, because, you know, he's like ahead of you every step of the way, beating all the gyms before you. You go into every gym and check that little statue. It says he's already beaten them. And then to top it off, he beats the Elite Four before you. And no other rival that we have throughout the Pokemon series really just does as good as Gary here does. And I love this music as well. Classic Pokemon theme here. And he's got his full team of 6, but I've got my full team of 5. Alright, let's... Okay, as long as it still hits, I'm fine. Right, this is how we're going to start the episode. Gary gets a Swirly after this. Aerial Ace, that's okay. We can take an Aerial Ace. I'm expecting this to one-shot the Pidgeot. Okay. I don't think that critical hit mattered. I'd be surprised if it did. I've actually gained a level out of here. Okay, cool. Right on. We're gonna give Venusaur some love here. And we're gonna go for the Razor Leaf. This should one-shot it. Quadruple weakness. That is one thing about the Kanto Pokemon League and Elite Four Champion. There's a lot of things that have quadruple weaknesses. You just gotta be able to take advantage of them. Here comes Alakazam. We need our Psychic Killer. I don't think Alakazam can really do anything to this Hypno, though. That'll be the good thing. Oh, man, when I came through here with Flareon... Yeah, Flareon took this thing down with Iron Tail, although I don't think it was a one hit. I only have 6 Shadow Balls. Yeah, that's not going to do. Of course, you get this 10% chance of the special defense drop. Yeah, we got to make this exciting. Again, I'll be surprised if this doesn't one-shot the thing, yeah. And here comes a Gyarados. Lapras, this is your department. Yeah, Lapras is kind of like the MVP. Your water, ice type is going to be the MVP of the team. Electric type, again, you have 2 Gyaradoses to fight in this. Although if you chose Charmander and Gary had Blastoise, he wouldn't have this Gyarados. I kind of prefer him to have this Gyarados because, again, hit it with a strong electric attack, and it goes down. This is going significantly better than the last time I did the Elite Four on Fire Red Nuzlocke when I had a under-leveled team. Executor. I could kill this with anything, really. Well, anything that isn't named Hitmonlee or Venusaur. We'll go with Pharaoh. Get him some love. I don't think this will one-shot it. Yeah. Really? Egg Bomb is weak. Of course you have full restore. I don't care. Waste your full restores, because you spend a whole turn doing this. This is where full restore isn't good. If you can hit your opponent's Pokemon for 50% or more damage, yeah, go for a full restore again. As soon as you stop using full restores, I'm going to outspeed and finish this thing off. So it's just a matter of waiting for that. I believe trainers only have 2 full restores in this. Or I'll get a critical hit. That works too. Pharaoh's going to level up, and Charizard is going to be the only thing left. I could go to Venusaur and put the thing to sleep. Venusaur should be able to take one attack. Well, I don't know if it gets one shot, though. Because, yeah, last time I did this Nuzlocke, I had Venusaur and Flareon to take down, like, Charizard, Gyarados, and Alakazam. And I managed to do that, but I had to sacrifice my Venusaur at this spot to take down... because what had happened is I needed a turn to heal my Flareon. I needed to switch my Flareon out because it had some stat drops as well. So I had to switch it out, and I had to have a turn to heal it up. But we're in a much better position. Fire Blast is not what I want to be seeing. That did a lot of damage. And I did not one-shot it. You have a citrus berry, don't you? What is it with all these citrus berries? I need to heal up. At least I think I need to heal up. I'm going to heal up. That wasn't even a critical hit. Well, Fire Blast only has 5 PP, so I can PP stall this thing. I'm not a fan of doing PP stalling tactics unless it comes to the Elite Four champion battle. Yeah, we can't take 2 of these in one shot. Again, that's where the Ice type is starting to hurt, not Swirly here, because it negates Water's resistance to fire, so this becomes a neutral... Ah, crap. This becomes a neutral attack instead of a resisted one. Of course, if this thing gets a critical hit on me, these full restores are just not going to matter. Then we'll be in trouble. Okay, that should be the last Fire Blast. So, what do you have now, Gary? Slash, that's... Yeah, that's fine. You can slash all you want. And we get the Quick Claw. So, I wasn't going to risk everything on a hopeful Quick Claw activation. Yes, I did. Haha, Gary. We gave you a Swirly. Well, I didn't make well, that's not true. I have 3 Pokemon that died. I did make some mistakes. Again, Amistar would have been great against that Charizard, being able to really resist that Fire Blast. And here's Professor Oak. And to think, my starter survived. And this is funny. He turns to he's like, Gary, I'm disappointed in you. Yeah, that's funny. He lost because my type matchups were better. No, I don't think that's the reason. And so now we get to go with Oak into this room. And it's the Pokemon Hall of Fame. So now we can, now it's time for the whole ending sequence, which is actually kind of lengthy in most of the Pokemon games. But here's, we get the whole team lined up here, and they all survive. That's the cool part. So hooray, this is another successful Nuzlocke. My 16th successful, well, not 16th, it's 16th Nuzlocke, and this makes it, what, my 8th successful one? 7th? I don't remember offhand. Actually, I have my notebook right here. We've got plenty of time. I can look this up. So let's see. There's 1 success, 2. So this is my 7th. So yeah, Y, Fire Red, Omega Ruby, Heart Gold, Yellow, Moon. Yeah, 7th. Although we get a much more involved ending sequence, much prettier ending sequence than the original Red, Blue, Yellow provided us. So yeah, I guess that means it's time for my final review of the game. By the way, if you go into that building on the right there, you need cut to get into it. I think I explained this, but you can get an old amber and take that to the fossil restoration on Cinnabar Island and get an Aerodactyl. So that's an option too. I like the Pokemon concept. The whole having tons of different types and each type working like a giant chain of rock, paper, scissors. It makes for a lot of fun and strategic battles, team building. The Nuzlocke variety. I like, overall, I like Nuzlocking as a concept. I'll say I 75% like it, I 25% have issues with it. But as far as adding a breath of fresh air and a new challenge to the Pokemon games, that's what I really like about doing Nuzlocks. Because just playing through the game normally, it's just become too easy for me, especially when too easy and too much the same, especially when I only use like the same handful of Pokemon, and I go through the whole game with 3 or 4 Pokemon, and those Pokemon being like a strong Psychic type, whether it's Alakazam or a counterpart to Alakazam, depending on which game I'm playing, such as Gardevoir, or Gyarados or Heracross, and then whatever starter I choose, and yeah, so I like that Nuzlocke encourages me or forces me to use different Pokemon. Although for Kanto Nuzlockes, you can, given the repetition on each of the routes, you can easily assemble pretty much whatever team you want, give or take a little bit. But yeah, the other Nuzlockes are, in my opinion, better in terms of variety that you can ultimately capture. But this is a good one to start with, too. The part I dislike about Nuzlockes is, again, the level grinding. This is why I don't have... Well, I should say this is why I typically don't have 6 Pokemon on a team for Nuzlocke, because as it is, I already had to... the only time I really had to level grind outside of, just normal travel, normal trainer battles and that, was at the beginning of the game, which that's understandable. You just catch all these low-level Pokemon, then you have a gym battle. So I'm okay with that. And then the only other time I really had to level grind, I had to do a little bit before Fuchsia Save, but that's only because of how I chose to tackle that instead of, going to all the other trainers ahead of time, because I was trying to save them for Ammonite. But then the level grinding at the end of the game, it was just so much time doing that. So That's the part I dislike, and also when, you know, you have a Pokemon that dies and then you have to level grind something new to train it back up, so... you know, I don't think I ever showed the intro sequence to this, so I'm gonna do that now. Because I'm still ranting. I thought we had more credits than this. Uh, but yeah, I like Nuzlocke overall as a concept, but I can't do too many of them in a row, and I've kind of already done 2 in a row here with Moon, which I did a written log on my Facebook page, and then as soon as I finished that, I turned around and I ended up recording this. So it'll be a little while before we go to the next Nuzlocke. I'm hoping to do Heart Gold. That's if I can get... I think I have it so I can record this particular DS game, so we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. If I can't, then my other option would be Emerald. But I'm hoping we can get the DS games recorded, so or at least the basic DS games. I know I can't do 3DS games, but yeah, if I can do basic DS games, then we can open up a whole slew of things. We can do Heart Gold, Platinum, Black 2. So yeah, if that's the plan, then I'll do Heart Gold, and then I'll probably jump to Black, just so I'm not doing 2 Unova games back to back when I do Nuzlocke, because I love the Unova region, don't get me wrong. Gen 5 is actually my favorite generation of Pokemon games. It's been that way since it came out. But I've played through Black and Black 2 so many times. Not quite as many as I went through like original Red, Blue, Yellow, but enough, and Gold, Silver, by the way, but enough to where I don't want to do 2 of them back to back again. So that will be all for me for now. We're going to put Pokemon Fire Red here to bed, and this has been Late Night Mega. Good night, everyone.